We have been discussing about the various forces acting on gravity dams. The first force was water pressure. The second one was self-weight. Third one was uplift pressure. The fourth one is earthquake pressure. Okay. Earthquake generally produces four types of waves. These are primary waves, secondary waves, love waves, and Rayleigh waves. Okay. These waves impart acceleration to the foundation of the dam. There will be foundation. So these waves impart acceleration. Acceleration may be produced in any direction, horizontal direction, vertical direction, or in any direction. Okay. So if this is the foundation, as a result of the earthquake waves, this foundation starts moving. But in order to prevent the failure, this dam has also has to move along with the foundation. Otherwise, due to this relative movement, failure occurs. Okay. Whenever there is an acceleration is produced, there will be an inertia force. If acceleration is acting towards right, inertia force will be acting towards left. We all know that. Okay. This is the fundamental about the earthquake pressure. The earthquake pressure, effect of this earthquake is considered under two headings for the analysis purpose. The first one was effect of horizontal earthquake acceleration. Horizontal earthquake acceleration, and the second effect is effect of vertical earthquake acceleration. Okay, the effect of earthquake is divided into two headings: effect of horizontal earthquake acceleration as well as the effect of vertical earthquake acceleration. Okay, effect of horizontal earthquake acceleration is again divided into two. Again, it is considered as two types. First one is inertia force on the dam. Second effect of horizontal earthquake acceleration is hydrodynamic pressure. This is A and this is B. That is earthquake. Effect of earthquake is considered as two. First effect is effect of horizontal earthquake acceleration. The second one is effect of vertical earthquake acceleration. Effect of horizontal earthquake acceleration is divided into two. That is development of inertia force and development of hydrodynamic pressure. So what is the first one? Inertia force. Okay, we all know inertia force. Magnitude of the inertia force is the product of mass and acceleration. Okay, here we are considering the effect of horizontal acceleration, horizontal earthquake acceleration. So here acceleration, A means earthquake, horizontal earthquake acceleration. It is represented by AH, and H is taken as alpha H into G. Alpha H means the coefficient of horizontal earthquake acceleration. Horizontal earthquake acceleration, and G is the acceleration due to gravity. So here inertia force, magnitude of the inertia force is mass into A. A here means horizontal earthquake acceleration, which is equal to alpha H into G. Okay, consider the first case, full reservoir case. Full reservoir case. Draw the cross section of the dam. Okay, full reservoir means on the upstream side maximum water is stored. Okay, in this case the major external force that is acting, we have already told that it is the water pressure. Water pressure is represented by PWH. Okay, horizontal acceleration can be act either towards upstream or act towards downstream. So for the analysis we will consider the Worst case developed due to the effect of horizontal acceleration. What will be the worst case? So consider the acceleration. If the acceleration, horizontal earthquake acceleration, is towards upstream, that is if AH is acting towards upstream, inertia force will be always developed in order to oppose this motion. If horizontal acceleration is acting towards upstream, inertia force will be acting towards downstream, right? So here total unbalancing forces is increasing due to the effect of inertia force. Unbalanced force is increased. So this is the worst case. Worst case means horizontal acceleration is acting towards upstream. So because of the upstream horizontal acceleration, inertia force will be acting towards downstream. As a result, increasing the total forces. So consider the empty, second case, empty reservoir case. Empty reservoir case. That is, there is no water on the upstream side. In this case, what will be the worst case? Acceleration acting towards downstream. If AH is acting towards downstream, what will happen? Inertia force will be developed in order to oppose the motion. That is, Fi will be acting towards upstream. Fi acting towards upstream. So there is no force to prevent this Fi, or in order to counteract this Fi. So for the empty reservoir case, the worst case will be developed when acceleration is acting towards downstream. Okay, so this is the first effect of the horizontal earthquake acceleration, that is inertia force, development of the inertia force. Second one was hydrodynamic pressure. Consider the cross section of the dam. If there is water, sufficient water on the upstream side, as a result of this water pressure will be acting, VWH. If the acceleration, horizontal earthquake acceleration, is towards upstream, AH is towards upstream, as a result of that inertia force is developed. Okay, this inertia force, this extra pressure formed in excess of the water pressure is known as hydrodynamic pressure. As a result of the upstream horizontal acceleration, inertia force is developed. As a result, water pressure increases. This extra pressure developed in excess of the already existing water pressure is known as hydrodynamic pressure. Okay, hydrodynamic pressure can be found out using different methods. And the first one is von Karman's equation, that is 0.555 into alpha h into W h square. Capital H is the depth of the water. Alpha h, we have already told that alpha h is coefficient of horizontal earthquake acceleration. W is the unit weight of the water. So using this equation, there are so many equations. This is the important equation, von Karman's equation. Using this equation, we can find out hydrodynamic pressure. And the second one is effect of vertical acceleration. Effect of vertical acceleration. Vertical acceleration can act either in the upstream direction or upward direction or downward direction. Okay, but what this vertical acceleration will do is, it will increase or decrease the unit weight of the material as well as unit weight of the water. How it will act? Okay, let's see. Okay, if acceleration, vertical acceleration is acting downward, AV is acting downward, inertia force will be acting in the upward direction. Okay, weight of the water as well as weight of the dam is acting downward. Self weight is acting always downward. But as a result of the downward vertical acceleration, an inertia force is developed upward. So sum of the self weight is reduced as a result of this inertia force. So always downward vertical acceleration reduces the weight, self weight of the material. So upward acceleration will increase the weight. Of course, it will increase the weight. How? If acceleration is acting upward, as a result of that, inertia force acts downwards. Already the self weight is acting downward. Because of the additional inertia force, the weight will be increased. So the effect of vertical acceleration will be always either to increase or decrease the unit weight of the material as well as unit weight of the water. So these four forces are generally considered for the design of a gravity dam. There are additional four forces, that are silt pressure, ice pressure, wind pressure as well as wave pressure, that is discussed in the PPT. You can refer that.